Well, the cold weather is certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here we go, here we go. 11, Mike. Thomas.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was there, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
11, 11, 11, 11.
They go play action with Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Pickett now on first down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. Now their defense got him the football with an interception. They tried out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MP, 11 MP.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
On third down, Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
This is intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And the Steelers coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because Covered was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone. On 2nd and 2, Pickett. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
And he'll be brought down. 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Pickett now, 3rd and goal. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's Boswell on now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
11 MT.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. And he's got just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
Mixon with a first down carry. Room here to run.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
3rd and long for Pickett.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
I'm one, ready?
2nd down and 8.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He's got this to Pickens. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a second.
To the defense, great job there at the point of attack, holding the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. His big tight end over the middle. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with wickets to go in the first half. They'll try to. He's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading toward. Now you got changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
For you, their physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Burrow on 1st down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. At least get into field goal range with a completion.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 20. Now Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The offense offense from here forward.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out themselves. To put together some drives.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. Disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take it for half number one. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we check. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will leaving the football here to start the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list. Got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going, so they've in this balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
They'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. This defense coming out after the half, and if that play refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did exactly.
Get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down, this one off.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Back to throw, Pickett. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll be brought down on the midfield at the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they'll assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Carry for Harris. And down to the 36-yard line here.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they look up at the scoreboard.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a young.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play to advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
In fact, he's eating up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the clock and impose your will on the defense.
They run again with Harris. Pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit in this game. Pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them in the
line. They've controlled this game. I don't see why it's going to change now. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down.
Worked very well on that play. Defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be dug.
To try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and 5. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Offense on 3rd down tonight. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Harris running straight ahead. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up, get shut out.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. And he's
he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he brings it. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick. Dominating with a pick six.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try again. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 2, ready? 11.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down on a well-designed play there. That gets them 16 to move the chains. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game,
Still pitching a shutout. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go, here we go.
Operating out. Burrow looking to pass. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
11.
Passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all long. Nothing but is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field.
One, right? 11, Thomas.
Burrow going for it on fourth. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 37-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Is not buying the other dinner.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be brought to the 23-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space at the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
11, MT, take. 11, MT, take.
On second and very short, Burrow. And his throw's going to be incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow on third down. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have the Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on third and inch.
11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, take. 11 MT, take.
And Burrow going to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now it's Burrow. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On 2.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he'll go all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't. What always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They hand this off to Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The last run got a couple. Here's